Well, good morning, Jagendra Rana here. Discuss a new topic today. LPG insurance in India. LPG insurance in India. See, Indians who take up LPG cylinders from any of the authorized dealers are automatically enrolled in an insurance policy that provides up to rupees 40 lakh coverage under various headings. India is a highly overpopulated country, and providing LPG cylinders to every household is a gargantuan task, and some things are bound to be overlooked in the entire process that gets an empty cylinder filled, inspected, assigned, transported, and installed. So, when dealing with tens of millions of cylinders, the margin of error increases, and when dealing with something as a volatile as LPG, a small oversight could have disastrous results. Disastrous results. So, take for example the 68 reported gas cylinder explosions leakage that caused explosions that happened in India just last year. So there was untold damage caused to life and property in these 68 instances, and these were just the reported ones that made it to the mainstream media. In many cases, gas cylinders explosions and leakages go unreported as the customer is made to believe that he or she is totally at fault when in reality it is the distributors and LPG companies that do not fill or secure the cylinders properly at the time of refilling and distribution. So all PSU oil companies have to pay heavy premiums on an insurance policy for their customers. Every licensed LPG distributor in the country and their customers are covered under this policy, which guaranteed benefits payout up to rupees 40 lakh depending on the damages and result of the investigations. So OMCs, that is oil marketing companies that operate as PSU, are required to take on insurance policies including third-party life insurance, cover for persons and properties. This policy is called the public liability policy for oil and industries. So the policy is so demanding that the distributor itself must assist the aggrieved customer in the due process of fulfilling or filling out paperwork, etc., that is required for making an insurance claim. For the LPG company that provides the cylinders is bound by law to honor all such claims and requests. But it is also their obligation to inform all their customers that they do, in fact, fall under the umbrella of insurance coverage. In case any damages are sustained because of a faulty cylinder, it has been widely noted that LPG companies and distributors are not informing their customers, urban or rural, about this and are instead trying to play it off, saying that the customers did not make any claim. So when in fact the customers has no idea that ECA is under any kind of insurance cover. While this may be alright for urban customers who can either figure it out eventually by reading online, or may not even need the insurance cover because their private wealth can sort out any damages. It is the rural population that suffers. LPG companies don't inform them of any insurance cover, and if any accident does happen, the rural poor in India are left to fend for themselves when in fact they could have received lakhs of rupees that they so desperately need. So features of the public liability policy for oil industries include that the premium amounts cannot be adjusted or taken from customers. In the case of a claim, the amount is transferred to the oil company, who then remits the amount to the claimant. Claim can be made on account of legal liability, personal accident coverage to third parties, and damages sustained at the registered premises of the customer, extent of liability for claims, and the total compensation allowed for claimant's cost and expenses incurred per event rupees 50 lakh, per person rupees 10 lakh, per year rupees 100 crore, personal accident insurance rupees 5 lakh per person per event in case of demise. So medical expenses covered up to rupees 15 lakh per event. Should be noted that the cap is rupees 1 lakh per person. Immediate relief of rupees 25,000 per person per event. Property damage cover of rupees 1 lakh per event. Now the question is how to file an LPG gas insurance claim. Because aggrieved customers can follow this simple process to file a claim against their LPG gas company and receive their due coverage amount. So if there is any issues faced during installation, the customers must immediately contact the gas company through the agent performing the installation at the time of installation itself. If there is any issue faced while using the cylinder, or it is noted that the cylinder itself is expired, defective, a complaint must be raised in person or online through the LPG customer's website. So once a complaint has been registered, the LPG company will intimate its area office to investigate the same. If the damage is found to have been caused by the company's LPG cylinder, the area office or distributor will intimate the local office, who will then officially register a claim with the insurance company. The applications, grievances, claims for customers should not be sent to the insurance company directly. The LPG company will forward all claims to the insurer and take care of the benefits payout. So when filing a claim, a customer must submit these original documents as applicable depending on the nature of the claims: death certificate, postmortem report, coroner's report, inquest report, medical bills, doctor's prescriptions, discharge card. The insurance companies will send a surveyor to the premises where the event took place in order to assess the damages and loss. So in the case of death, the insurance company will cover rupees 5 lakh per person. The company will also bear rupees 15 lakh per event and a maximum of rupees 1 lakh per individual. In the case of property damage, HP Gas will cover rupees 1 lakh per event at the customer's premises. Or the customers should submit the original copies of the death certificate, coroner's report, postmortem report, inquest report, doctor's prescription, medical bills, and discharge card. PSUs do not collect any premiums from customers for any insurance policies. Now the insurance company settles the claim based on their merits. As per the terms and conditions of the insurance policies, it is upon the insurance company who decides whether or not to satisfy the claim. So the public liability insurance is the result of the Bhopal Gas tragedy. The Insurance Act was passed in order to avoid such tragedies in the future and hold the owner accountable for the cause. Further, the Act came in order to provide immediate relief to the victims of such tragedies. According to the Act, every individual dealing with hazardous substance is required to purchase a professional indemnity insurance policy. Similarly, the distributor is also required to subscribe to public liability for LPG customers. So every year the companies or the insured purchase or renew the public liability for LPG customers. So the consumers may avail of the benefit under the liability insurance. The consumers are required to inform the distributor of LPG in writing. The distributor shall inform the concerned authority or office of the oil company. At least the oil company shall inform the cause to the insurance company in order to avail of the insurance policy coverage. But it is important to note that during an unfortunate event, the registered customers shall be covered under the insurance policy. However, the consumer is required to produce the original certificate of death or report of postmortem in case of the demise of the victim. So the policy will cover the liability of each person if there is anything due to the LPG cylinder. So in case of hospitalization, the customer must provide the discharge card along with the documents substantiating the hospitalization of the person. The coverage under the public liability insurance for LPG customer is important because the customer is entitled to the following coverage under the insurance policy. The customer may avail of INR 6 lakh per person in case of the demise of individuals. With regard to the medical expenses, the policy covers the expenses of INR 30 lakh for an event. Further, it offers rupees 2 lakh per person. However, rupees 25,000 is granted as immediate relief to the victim. The insurance company shall grant rupees 2 lakh per event for the property damage. The following persons are insured under the public liability policy for, and that is Indian Oil Corporation Limited, Bharat Gas Petroleum, Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited. The exclusions of the public liability is that any loss arises due to an earthquake, volcano, storm, flood, typhoon, etc. are not covered. Loss arises due to willful or deliberate action is not covered. But the insurer owner owns a legal liability to indemnify the insured and pay the appropriate compensation as established by the court of law, or the victim must follow the guidelines as provided by the insured. Because any loss or damage sustained at the injured premises shall be compensated by the insurance company. Insured premises or injured premises. So the insured is expected to bear in excess of rupees 10,000 for the bodily injury or death of an individual. Further, any dispute that arises in any clause shall be dealt with and subject to Indian law. The party shall approach the court with the competent jurisdiction within India. Industries dealing with hazardous substance have a duty to the public. The public might be captivated by a tragedy or bodily injury, and the Public Liability Act mandates the owner to buy the insurance policy to discharge the third party liability. And this is insurable under the Public Liability Insurance policy. This policy is most useful. Reason being, all the gas agencies are required to take this policy. Policy provides the coverage, and that coverage is payable to the insured in case of any event. So, to avail the benefit, consumer must immediately inform the distributor in writing. The consumer must provide the required documents. Personal exchange cover for death, rupees 6 lakh per person is there. Medical expenses cover rupees 30 lakh per event, maximum up to rupees per person. Immediate relief up to rupees 25,000 per person. Property damage cover, maximum of rupees 2 lakh per event at authorized customers' registered premises. In case of property damage at customers' registered premises, the insurance company appoints their surveyor to assess the loss. Claims are settled based upon the merits of each case. The concerned insurance company takes decision regarding settlement of the claim as per the provisions of the insurance policies. Customers are not required to apply to insurance company or to contact them directly. Customers must provide the original of death certificate, postmortem report, coroner's report, inquest report as applicable in case of death, and original medical bills, doctor's prescription, and original supporting the purchase of the medicine, discharge card, and original and any other documents related to the hospitalization in case of injuries. So this is liability covered under the liability insurance policies in case of the unfortunate event of an accident the consumers are covered under the liability insurance policy. Thank you very much.